There is something sitting on top of your head that your enemies can feel before you ever walk into the room, and they have spent years trying to take it without you ever knowing it was there. In ancient Kemetic and Vedic traditions, the crown was not a symbol of status. It was a symbol of sovereignty, of direct divine connection, of a soul that had been assigned, not elected, to carry something into the world. In modern neuroscience, we understand the crown chakra as the seat of higher cognition, where intuition, pattern recognition, and inspired thought originate. But here is what neither tradition fully prepares you for. The chosen one's crown is not metaphor. It is frequency. It is the measurable energetic output of a person who has been through fire and came out still connected to Source. That connection radiates. People feel it, and the ones who cannot generate it themselves, they are drawn to it the way a parasite is drawn to a living host. Energy vampires do not target your bank account first. They do not target your relationships first. They target your crown first, because they understand, even unconsciously, that if they can sever your connection to your divine assignment, everything else collapses on its own. Here is how they do it. They challenge your perception of reality. Gaslighting is a crown attack. When you cannot trust what you know, you cannot trust what you're called to do. They ridicule your gifts before they fully develop. Premature exposure is a crown attack. A gift that is mocked before it is rooted cannot stand. They flood you with their chaos and emergency. Cognitive overload is a crown attack. A mind that is constantly in crisis cannot receive divine instruction. They demand your energy without reciprocation. Chronic depletion is a crown attack. You cannot create from an empty vessel. They place themselves between you and your spiritual community. Isolation is a crown attack. A chosen one disconnected from their people loses the mirror they need to remember who they are. So how do you protect it? Not with aggression, not with walls, with intentional daily sovereignty practice. First, guard your first hour. The moment you wake, your crown is at its most open and most vulnerable. Do not hand it to social media. Do not hand it to news. Do not hand it to anyone who has not earned access to your highest frequency. That first hour belongs to Source. Protect it with your life. Second, identify your drain patterns. There are specific people, conversations, and environments that consistently leave you feeling foggy, small, or disconnected. That foggy feeling, that is your crown giving you a readout. Honor it. Limit access accordingly, without guilt, without explanation. Third, recalibrate through sound. 528 Hz and 963 Hz frequencies actively support crown chakra restoration. 10 minutes of intentional sound exposure after a depleting interaction is not spiritual luxury. It is neurological maintenance. Fourth, speak your assignment out loud daily. The crown is fortified by clarity of purpose. When you know what you were sent here to do, the noise of energy vampires loses its grip. Confusion is their entry point. Clarity is your lock. Fifth, curate your inner circle with ruthless discernment. Your crown cannot expand in an environment of chronic diminishment. The people who have daily access to you are either amplifying your signal or distorting it. There is no neutral. Here is the truth that changes everything. No energy vampire has the power to take your crown. They never did. What they have is the ability to convince you to take it off yourself, through shame, through doubt, through exhaustion, through confusion. Every spiritual attack you have survived was not evidence of their power. It was evidence of yours. You are still here. You are still creating. You are still connected. That crown, it was never theirs to touch. And from this moment forward, you do not take it off for anyone. If you felt this in your body, if you recognize the attacks that have been made on your crown, and if you are ready to protect it with everything you have, comment the word crown, and I will know exactly who this was sent for. Your crown cannot be stolen. It can only be surrendered. And after today, You don't take it off for anyone. Drop crown below if you feel this. Be sure to like, share, and follow your tribe of alchemists.